A Squashed Owl production. Hi and welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is the Clive Barker Podcast presents Fundraiser 3 Hell on Earth. One of our stretch goals was a video review of Nightbreed, the interactive movie. This is a computer video game for the Amiga 500 made by Ocean Software in 1990. And so that's what we'll be talking about today. I originally had this in the mid-90s. And back in the mid-90s, I got it for about $2 in a bargain bin, and even then I was not impressed with it. But we're going to give it another shot today. So next up, let's take a look at the hardware we'll be using. Okay, so for equipment, we've got the Amiga 500. It's got a Revision 6A PAL motherboard, and the reason for that, the reason I replaced the motherboard with a European one is to support this. This is an ACA 500, so it goes in the external hard drive slot, which also, can do RAM or other kinds of expansion like a CD drive. This is a sort of a new aftermarket kind of a thing, like, it's made only fairly recently, but this is very cool. So it can take a compact flash card like you'd use in a camera and make it the hard drive. So I've got a 4 gigabyte compact flash card. So back in the days of the Amiga 500, we didn't even know what a gigabyte was. It's got one more slot over there on the right for a data card, so you can swap in and out a 4 gigabyte card for transferring files from your computer, which is super handy because Amiga formatted floppy disks are not they're not easy to get data on and off without having some people do it with hard drives and a PC that's set up as an emulator. But anyway, so I've got a pinhead mouse pad. I've got the original Amiga tank mouse. I've got a Genesis joystick. After the ACA 500, there behind it, I've got an ACA 1233 that adds more RAM, more acceleration. I've got so the cable coming out of here is adapted from an RGB cable to S-cart, and then S-cart to HDMI through this HD converter, and that goes through the HDMI cable into the Elgato Game Capture HD. So that's what we're using to capture the footage for this game. And then that's going into the monitor and into my computer there. I also have an Amiga 3000 desktop that I don't really use anymore, and I don't have any way of recording game footage off of that, so that's not what I'll be using. Honestly, I just have a lot of nostalgia for the Amiga 500, so that's what I'll be using. So I was thinking about this game and how it was made in the year 1990, which is the same year that Nightbreed came out, the movie. So that made me think, I wonder what happened there. I mean, how did they obviously didn't have a whole lot of information to go on. So I went to Wikipedia to try to find more information about Nightbreed, and if you go to Ocean Software's Wikipedia page, I mean, check it out. They don't have any information on Nightbreed, and they've got a whole big list of licensed games, and Nightbreed, there's 2 Nightbreed games, and neither one of them are in there. So the music is completely different from the movie, and they didn't even try to make it similar, and I think that's because the movie wasn't out yet when they were developing this game. So, they did the best they could, I guess. I mean, it's weird music, I think, but I haven't played this game in 20 plus years. I got it, like I said, in a bargain bin before, and I was, I didn't like the looks of it from the box before. That's why I never paid full price, even though I'm a huge Clive Barker and Nightbreed fan, and I had an Amiga, so it seemed like the perfect choice. But obviously I'm going to play this in English. Okay, so this story obviously cuts a whole crap load out of the story. This is either the children's book version of Nightbreed or the Cliff Notes version. Skip everything up to Boone just starts out in Decker's office and he's like, "Oh, you're crazy and you kill people. Turn yourself in." And Boone just puts his hands over his face and shakes his head. No, 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 I didn't do it. No, 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 I didn't do it. No, 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 no. But you decide to seek professional help and head out in your car to the nearby hospital. Okay, so normally this would have the load times from the floppy disk, but you're being spared those because of the WHD loads version of this game. That also means some of the messages might fly by really fast because they expect to get done really quickly. Oh, there's a roadblock. He's like, "Oh, dare you turn yourself in? We don't want you at our police station." I was like, "Oh yeah, well you can't stop me from turning myself in. I'm gonna ram your roadblock." Okay, so here we go. I'll go to the hospital or the police station or something. I turn myself in, and I'm taken to the asylum. Oh, there's Narcisse, but he doesn't have King Rocker on. He's got a hospital gown. And the little ID bracelet and everything, too. He's a crazed man. A place where your sins will be forgiven. And he's going to divulge the location. I forced him to divulge the location. I wonder how I did that. Okay, so I woke up at the hospital and I just left, and luckily they towed my car over here to the parking lot so I can drive to Midian. Here we go. I bet there's more. Yep, there's another roadblock. I think I will ram it. I can't think of one good. Oh, bullet hit my gas tank. Oh man. I'm just a guy driving to a cemetery. Why are you shooting at me? Oh boy. You remember in Nightbreed that time when you ran through a roadblock and then you ran out of gas on your way to Midian? Yeah, me neither. Oh, no fuel. You abandoned your vehicle and elude the police for several days before being captured. Oh, no. Yep, I ran out of gas on my way to Midian. But I made an ingenious escape. I don't know why I was... He doesn't look like a genius. Okay, here we go. They're giving me another chance. I don't have to start all the way from the very beginning. Oh, ram the roadblock. Oh, one of my tires was punctured. So that just makes the game slower and more annoying. So when I played this the first time, I got really frustrated. This part up ahead where you're supposed to outrun Pelican. You know, in the movie when Kinski stops him and you get away. Well, in this game, you have to like button mash at a certain frequency. If you do it just right, then you can escape from Pelican. But I was never able to do that. So we'll see this time if I am actually able. Ran the roadblock. Oh, another tire's been punctured, but I'm here now. Okay, well, so they have Enter Midian, which I guess you could just go straight into the underground. I don't know. That's weird. Look around or enter the graveyard. I think. Let's see what happens when we enter Midian. Oh, the berserkers ripped me to pieces. They were just waiting there right at the door, apparently. Without me, the Nightbreed were doomed and wiped off the face of the earth. Well, they have a funny way of showing their appreciation. Okay, I'm not gonna make you sit through the whole, starting all over again. Through the magic of editing, I'm gonna... Okay, here we go again. We do not want to enter Midian. Let's look around. You come face to face with Dr. Decker and the police. Oh, it's too soon. I haven't been bitten yet. You must die, Boone. Why? Because you're a murderer. No, I didn't do it. Decker grins. I'm the mask, and now it's your turn to die. Okay, well, we only have one choice left. Of course, now we're going to be facing Peliquin, and I've never in the past been able to beat him, but I'll give it a shot. I'm still not breed, I'm meat. Yep. Sinking his teeth into my neck, I recoil with pain. I must run for my life or be eaten. No! Oh, it crashed my game.
Get him. That you had to get him. That you had to do it faster than him.
Oh. Okay, I love you guys, but this is too much torture. After this, you go into Midian, you dodge knives from Decker, you dodge the Nightbreed. Yeah, the Nightbreed are trying to kill you. Thanks a lot, guys. Especially mainly that flying manta ray dude that bites that guy's face. So anyway, and you run into police and you dodge them and stuff and talk to Baphomet, you rescue Lori, and then you rescue some miscellaneous Nightbreed, including Mexico. I think like 4 of them. So for graphics, I kind of like the simplistic, clean look of the overhead map. But everything within a character, that had character portraits in it just looked really ugly and annoying. This game looked like it was ported from a PC, which at the time was not a good thing. I mean, now PCs are sort of the leading edge on gaming, but it was not like that in, 1990. The sound also didn't take advantage of the awesome stereo the 4-channel stereo sound, not 4-channel, but 4-track stereo sound that the Amiga could do. It was actually pretty plain and boring, and they had basically one song, and that was about it, as far from what I can remember. So I give that 6 out of 10, 4 out of 10 for the graphics. As for an adaptation of Nightbreed, it's 6 out of 10. I mean, geez, it's really, really dumbed down. I mean, to the point of making it sound like it's bad, and Nightbreed is not bad. So, for fun, this game is torture to play. So I give it a 3 out of 10.
Overall, when you average all of that together, you get 4.75 out of 10. So there you go. Ocean Software, you get a big F.
Johnny, I said we were through just to see